let's talk about sugar. Now, most of us already know sugar is a bad thing. If in excess, it will lead to heart disease, diabetes, and ultimately weight gain. But why can't we stop? Sugar activates the reward center of our brain, releasing dopamine and serotonin, which gives us a feeling of accomplishment and pleasure. But that's not all. Sugar also activates opioid receptors, which are responsible for blocking pain, and these same receptors are targeted when taking drugs like morphine, heroin, Oxycontin, and other prescription pain meds. You can see why it can be so hard to quit eating sugar, and big food companies know this. Let's look at an example. Say you're at the grocery store and you see an item that appears to be healthy. It may have health claims on the front like heart healthy, lower cholesterol. It may even put the word health right on the front to get you thinking about it. Sounds great, right? Well, you turn it around and you see it has high fructose corn syrup. What is that? High fructose corn syrup comes from corn. It is made to have a high amount of fructose. They do this to make it taste sweeter. The issue with this is fructose is very different from other types of sugar because it has a completely different metabolic pathway and it is not the body's preferred source of energy. So since the body does not want it, it must be stored away in fat by the liver. But the human body was never meant to consume these high amounts of fructose, and because of this, fructose is nearly toxic. It directly puts on fat, interferes with hormone regulation, causes insulin resistance, and causes abnormal amounts of lipids to enter the bloodstream, a precursor to heart disease. And this is why it can seem like your stomach is a never-ending pit, because fructose interferes with your appetite and overall energy, so this is why you feel like you're always tired and always hungry. But if high fructose corn syrup is so bad, why is it in everything? It's crazy to believe we live in a world that prioritizes profits over the population's health, but it's true. High fructose corn syrup is simply just cheaper than other sweeteners, so manufacturers can save on production costs and become more profitable while keeping their product in your weekly grocery cart. And just like sugar, it has addictive effects on the brain to keep you craving it and buying more. Alright, so I truly believe this problem is way bigger than it seems, especially since sugar or some form of added sugar seems to be in almost everything that we consume. So I thought, what better way than to combat this with a 30-day no sugar challenge. This is going to be kind of difficult for me, especially since lately I've developed some bad habits. I've been eating Ben & Jerry's at nighttime and snacking on a cookie and some candy here and there, so hopefully I can make it through the 30 days. But first, let's lay some ground rules. Absolutely no sweets of any kind. No foods that contain added sugars or high fructose corn syrup. Natural sources of sugar are okay. Let the challenge begin. At first, it was pretty difficult. I found myself craving something sweet. So I would get up and do the usual check through the kitchen to find everything empty. I would do this a couple times as if something would magically appear. This orange is really gonna save me over the next 30 days. So since the majority of processed foods have a lot of added sugars in it, I decided to try a healthy meal kit to help keep me on track and not cave. So I have no excuses but to stick to the plan. So tonight I am cooking creamy chive chicken. It looks pretty good, so let's see how it turns out. Excuse me, hold on a second. Hi, did I just wipe my chicken fingers on my butt as if I'm trying to get salmonella? So the salad dressing they gave me does have corn syrup in it, so I'm going to completely just throw that out and make my own. I'm going to use olive oil, red wine vinegar, and I'm going to use a little bit of this honey that I have left from our bees last summer. And yes, this is an old smoky shot glass. You can't find these jars anywhere, and they're so cute. So we keep ours and we use them. So they turned out really good. After a week, I stopped craving sugar, and by week 2, you know, I just realized I haven't even thought about sugar today. This was also when I began to notice how much more energy I had. I didn't have the afternoon slump I had before, and I noticed that my runs were getting better. I had more and more energy as the run progressed.
Nice work, good. Tuck right in there. Good job. There you go.
I was recovering from my workouts quicker. I was waking up before my alarm. Life had a sort of glow around it. Finally, the 30 days were up, which meant my sugar strike could end. So the 30 days are up and I feel great. I did not expect something so small to have such a big impact on my life. But honestly, everything just seems to have sort of like a glow around it, and I have so much more energy. So I really think I'm going to end up keeping this as a normal lifestyle, trying to keep sugars to a minimum, and when I can, trying to keep out corn syrup and other added sugars that are just terrible for you. But of course, I am human. You have to live a little, so I will indulge myself in like ice cream and cookies and stuff like that sometimes. Just trying to keep it in moderation. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means the world to me that you are here. If you want to see more videos like this, tap that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.